An item that really hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot since 1913. This is called Grandpa's Weeder. It's the no bending over weed removal tool that was created, or recreated is probably a better term, by a family that had found one at a garage sale, thought it was just an interesting looking device, and had no clue as to what it did whatsoever. That's what happened with this item. Then when they were talking to an antique expert, the antique expert went, oh yeah, that's Grandpa's weeder. So they went back and they reformulated the company and built it the way they built it years ago. You know how everybody says they don't build them like they used to? Well, they build them like they used to. This is all cast metal. They now did add some colors, so I guess there are some improvements. Instead of a traditional wooden handle, they went with bamboo because bamboo is a renewable resource, but this thing still works the way it worked over 100 years ago. When you put it down on the ground and you put it right over the center of weed, I purposely left my carpet out here, okay? And then when you tip it, what it does is it pinches and actually grabs. Look how it's able to grab that very fine pile of that carpet and pull it up. But it doesn't matter where you put it, it grabs the weed. And that means you're going to get the torque to get the full taproot of the weed out. I want to introduce you to the daughter. Oh, you know what? Let me go through I always forget the colors because for years we didn't have colors. So now I've got the red in front of me. Take a look at the screen because I'll show you with QVC.com. There's green. I also have available the bright yellow. And I think we're getting really limited in that green at this particular point. Now, I did also have at the beginning of this season a blue, and the blue sold out. It's gone. So let me introduce you to the daughter of the lady who found it at the garage sale. Kathy Schroyer is standing at home in her little home studio. Kathy, how are you?
Hi, Dan. It's great to see you. I better put the blue back. I didn't realize that it was sold out.
Yeah. And well, Kathy,
I will pick the yellow. Okay.
Since you own the company that brings these to us, are we going to be able to get more blue back in? That sold out before weed season even began.
I know. I don't even know what's happening, but there's more coming. I think late spring, early summer.
Okay, good.
So
good,
we
good.
are making them as we speak. Yep.
I have the original that you brought to us. How many years ago?
Oh my gosh, what has it been? 18 years.
Yeah. Wow.
18 years.
And by the way,
you were my very first host. The very first time I went on QVC.
I remember. I can't tell
you
how many gas-powered weed eaters I've gone through in 18 years, or how many garden rakes I've gone through in 18 years. I can tell you exactly how many Grandpa weeders I've gone through, and that's half of one because this thing isn't worn out yet. Now, I don't have the pretty red handle. I've just got the wooden handle that you used to do, but my dad used to get on his hands and knees with a screwdriver to get dandelions out of the front yard. This thing is the easiest tool, and the best part is you're not bending over, you're not straining. All you do is you put it down into the ground, and there's even a little knurling. That's the actual word. That grip that's been super embossed into the metal, that's knurling. So you step on it like that, and then you just lean it, and it becomes this fulcrum. And it'll grab the full taproot of the weed and pull it all out.
It's just a turn of the century, old-fashioned, simple design that amazingly still works. And I saw you earlier and getting up from that rug. And that is, that's the problem. We can get down, we just can't get back up. So the beautiful thing about this tool is you're never getting down. You're not on your knees, you're not bending over, you're not twisting, you're not pulling, you're literally standing up and you're getting those thistles, the dandelions, crabgrass, anything out of the ground. And what's a beautiful thing about what you're showing right there is kind of the magic that's happening underneath the ground, because that's where people go, wait a minute, how does this thing work? And that's it. It's the leaning of it. It's a lever. And so when you lean that tool, those forks pinch around that taproot and bring it right out of the ground. And it's just so simple, so ingenious, and you're never bending over. That's the beautiful thing. You can get those weeds out with no effort, and you're standing up, and you're not using chemicals either.
Yeah, I agree. I've got dogs, livestock. I don't want to use chemicals. I've got a race going on right now in my front yard. I've got crocuses. So happy about this. I've got crocuses that popped out of the ground just a few short days ago. okay?
Uh-huh.
Before they bloom, I will have weeds that right now are non-existent come out of the ground and pass those crocuses before I even get flowers. Because once you hit 50 degrees, weeds are the very first seeds to germinate. So here's your opportunity to go ahead and get your arsenal ready before you have to worry about being overwhelmed.
Right, right. Just make it simple. Go outside every day, get a little fresh air for 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
and grab those weeds, because we all know that they're going to win. You know, you can see an entire lawn that's just brown, 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 and those weeds are beautiful. They're green, they're lush, they're healthy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they win.
Weeds are
So
like
you got to
housework.
get
You
them.
got to get ahead of it. Or
Right,
otherwise,
right.
otherwise it's a daunting task to try to get back on track. So I agree with you. I go out with
Exactly.
I don't mind putting a plug in. I'll go out with an orange 5-gallon bucket from the Home Depot and my grandpa's weeder and in my golf shoes, because I tell my wife I'm aerating the yard. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'll
It's a
walk around and
twofer,
I'll grab weeds before they come up too high. The key is, and we
Right.
showed it on the animation. I love the cartoons. The animation's my
Isn't
favorite
it cute?
part.
Yeah.
The root that grows, the primary root of any broadleaf weed is called the taproot. And generalized rule of thumb, as high as the weed is out of the ground, the taproot will be equal in length below the ground. So you want to get that primary root out so that you don't get more weeds just popping up. Because weeds are like an octopus.
Right.
Or a starfish. You cut off, one tentacle, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
But if you pop that taproot out, it has nothing to
Right.
grow from. So look how easy this is.
Yeah, you don't want to just scrape off the top, because it just comes back healthier and thicker and
who
all of
is that lovely model you have there doing the videotape?
That is actually my really good friend Patty.
Nice.
She did a great job.
Yeah,
She
there's
did
the
a great
animation.
job.
Look at
But
this.
yeah,
Look.
yeah, we really wanted everybody to kind of see what's happening underneath the ground, because it's so a little bit mysterious. But
Yeah.
the old-fashioned lever's been around since, I think the wheel.
Yeah.
And so it's a great design. It's a great tool, right? And so this is, who knew? 1913, they were just so smart back in the day. So smart.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They had to be to survive. They came up with
did.
good things in that generation. Kathy, it's good to see you. Again, I've got the red.
It's great to see you.
Which color do you have? You've got the yellow?
I got the yellow.
And then we still have green available, but that green is getting limited. Kathy, I hope to see you again very soon. Be well.
You too. You have a great day, Dan. Thank you.
All right. Yeah,